Hello everybody, Gliderman here. So today we're going to be looking at some math in our Java. So for right now we're just going to delete all of these print lines here and give a little space. Up here we're going to just delete all the way up to there. So we've got an integer there. So we're just going to call this A value, and then we're going to call this one B value. So now we've got two variables that we can do some basic math with. So let's just save real quick. Go down here. And so now what we're going to do is we're going to create another integer for our C value, which is our finish value, we're going to say. So we're going to do C value, and then we're going to do A value plus B value, so that we can do a basic add. So now we're going to output it. So do a print line, and then we're just going to say result, and we're going to attach to that C value. So if we save that and we run that up there, it'll compile it, and we can see our result is 10, which is combining and adding the 6 and the 4. So now we can do a basic subtract, and so far we've just used the plus and the minus. You can see our result is 2, and now we're going to do multiplication, which is using shift and then 8 gets you what is the asterisk, which in programming is the multiplication symbol. So we're going to run that, and now it's going to do 4 times 6 and give us 24. So now with dividing, that's going to be a forward slash, just like that. And this is going to be where it starts to get a little bit finicky. So we run that, and we get a result of 1. Pretty odd, right? I mean, if we just pop this up and we do 6 divided by 4, we get 1.5. So why is it giving us 1? Well, remember, we're setting this to an integer, which does not have any decimal places. We're also only using integers here, so it doesn't know that it should make it a decimal equation. So there's basically a number of problems doing that. And so what you want to do is you want to use a float. So we're going to make this a float, we're going to make this a float, and this a float. And we're going to save that, and now we can run it. And now we have the proper result, being a float, and being 1.5. And that's due to the fact that now that they're floating point variables, it then gives the 1.5 there as our result. And so that's a little bit of the basic math there. So you're also going to notice that typically with our floating point variables, we need to add an f to the end so that it designates it as a float. Well, with this, what it actually did was it cast it to be a float. So it changed it from an integer 4 to a floating point 4. I mean, you don't need to worry about that too much, but this should work perfectly fine if we run it. Yep, right there. That's just some of the basic math that we can do. We can also do a little bit more complex stuff. So let's just comment that out real quick. And so we're going to do C value is assigned, and then we're going to use the math class, which is with a capital M, and then we're going to do a dot, and then what we're going to do is we're going to do the pow, which is a power function. So here we're going to put A value, and then here we're going to put B value. So similar to like the square root, or the square would be this, where it's a value to a power of 2, well, we're going to do 6 to the power of 4. So the math function returns a double type variable. So we can just do double, and that's similar to the float, but a little bit different, and we don't need to really worry about that right now. So we're just going to save, and then we're going to run, and now that'll do 6 to the power of 4, like you can see there. So that's some of the basic math. There's plenty more other math operations in the math class. But anyway, thanks very much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye!